Hi, my name is Steph Bartlett. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I share farm life, my travels, and all things wellness. I'm super excited to share this YouTube video with you because it's all about harvest time here on the farm. It would have to be my favorite time of year on the farm. It's so fast paced. I love the long hot days. I'm going to show you behind the scenes and what it's like to live on a farm. I'm not actually a farmer, but I do help out quite a bit during the busy seasons, such as harvest. So I can't wait to show you behind the scenes. Before we dive in, I know any farmers or people into farm life might be thinking, okay, what do you farm? How big's your farm? All that jazz. We have about 9,000 acres. We do cropping and we have sheep as well, merino sheep, and breed some crossbred lambs. Out of the 9,000 acres, we crop about 4,000 acres, and we also run around 4,000 merino ewes. But anyway, before I share too much else, alrighty, are you ready to get into it? I am. I'm so excited to share this with you. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go.
Burn a little brighter every day, swimming in the tide against the waves, and I can hold my breath until they crash.
Most days during harvest, I will find myself walking down to the sheds and jumping in one of the utes to help move vehicles around. Because every time the header changes paddock to harvest a new paddock, we need to move the truck, the chaser, the fire unit, all different vehicles to the paddock where the header's going. I also help out with doing stock work as well, so doing the stock run, checking the sheep's waters, making sure they have enough feed and they're all okay. And then there's always the odd jobs like helping move field bins around. If they're taking them to the other farm, I'll have the flashing light, I'll pilot them there, setting up the bagger, things like that. There is always something happening. Like I said earlier though, I'm not actually a farmer. I run my own business from the farmhouse. It's health and well-being. I do business coaching, I do health and wellness programs, I have an online yoga membership. So I'll often be doing coaching calls or filming yoga classes or something along those lines. The cool thing is my hours are quite flexible with my work. So in the mornings, I will turn on the UHF radio so I can hear what's happening on the farm.
Sorry, sit back about 100 metres, Sean. Correct.
So whenever they need me, they can just call me up on the UHF, and granted, I'm not on a client coaching call or on a meeting or anything. I can get ready, and before they know it, I'm out the door ready to give them a hand. When you think about it, I'm kind of like on call, an on-call farmer for them. But before we get into the details of harvest, 2024 harvest was not one of our best seasons at all, but I'll get Dad to explain that more. All right, Dad, so it's 2024 harvest. How would you rate it compared to other years?
Well, the worst you've ever had as far as rain goes.
Ever had?
Ever. That I can remember.
So lowest rainfall we've ever had in a year?
Start, a very late start and a bad spring, which is unusual. Normally you get one or the other. So yeah, but considering all that, with direct drilling and all the rest of it, we're having a lot better than I expected.
Yeah, I was going to say, well look, there's a bit of green out here, a bit of loose and growing still, which is handy.
Right, the crops are probably not great, but they're better than I expected, so we're lucky.
Oh, that's good. Dad, he is the optimist, I'll give him that, but yeah, it is way better. They're yielding better. Is the quality better as well?
Quality's good. We're lucky enough to get 20 mil of rain just before the crop's all filled, so we're very lucky.
Yeah. Not only did we get rain just before the crop's filled, we also got it during harvest, which is a bit annoying because it holds you up with reaping. You can't reap the crops when the moisture levels are too high, and it can also damage the crops as well. Luckily, it didn't damage the crops though, and in fact it actually was quite helpful for the lucerne. This is a lucerne here, so it helped all the lucerne grow, which meant more feed for the sheep. The majority of helping out I do on the farm is just driving around. For example, Dad will drive the truck out to where the header is, so we need to leave the truck there for the header to fill it up with grain. I'll pick him up and then we'll go pick up the next vehicle, which in this case is the fire unit. This ute is the fire unit one, hence the CFS overalls. I am not a CFS member, Dad is, but it's all set to go. So wherever we're reaping, we take the fire unit as well, just in case there's a fire. All right, I just called up my Uncle Brian to see if we can head out and get some footage on the header. So I'll go get the ute and we'll head on out there. We're on the header chase, looking for the header. No, it's out here. on the old radio once we get close and tell him to pull up and we'll jump in. There he is. I'll give him a call and say we'll jump in. Hello there. Good.
In short runs and turning along
So what are we reaping at the moment?
barley.
So we're reaping barley here, but we also grow a lot of other crops on the farm. We grow canola, lupins, beans, wheat, canola, and barley. Oh, and I think there's a bit of rye corn as well. There's probably some other stuff I've forgotten, but we grow quite a variety of crops. What is it? Oh, the rain on the roof is rain on the roof. We got chatting and I think I distracted Uncle Brian a bit and all of a sudden we're full. So
Crop's too good.
crop's too good, we won't complain.
Caught me out of it.
So Uncle Paul's coming over on the chaser and I better stop distracting Brian. Apologies for the dirty windows on the header. It was the end of the day, so obviously a lot of dust accumulates on the windows, but hang tight because I've got some clearer footage coming up when I jump in the tractor with the chaser bin. But as you can see, as we're reaping, we can unload at the same time into the chaser, so that obviously saves a lot of time not having to pull up and go to a silo to unload. All right, now I'm gonna get in the chaser. It's bloody dusty. Woo! Thank you, Paul. So this is Uncle Paul. You might think he looks like Brian because they are twins. So what are we up to now, Paul?
Yep, so now we'll just go a bit further down on the turn and just wait for where Brian is to be next time.
Alrighty.
So off we go.
So Paul, why do you chase? What's the benefits of having the chaser?
So when you're chasing the header, it's about 20% more efficient. So it's well worth it, especially when you're getting a reasonable yield in your setup.
So you don't need to stop the header keeps running
That's
and
right.
unload as you go.
That's right, correct. You're not putting
Yeah.
over to a truck or a silo to empty out, and also
Yeah.
it's better for your header life, getting less header hours on your header too.
So what's the go now, Paul? You just wait for Brian to come?
That's right, so I look in the mirror, and when Brian's nearly to me, I just drive off slowly, and then once he gets close enough, I hit this little button down here,
Okay.
and that synchronises the header to the tractor. I do not touch anything, any control, because the header actually drives the tractor.
So you're not even steering this thing?
Nothing, I don't do
Nothing.
acceleration, nothing, he actually fully drives the tractor.
Maybe I could do this job.
Yeah. I'll have a go. Yeah. But you just got to be ready in case something goes wrong and it drops out or something. Just got to be wary of that, that's all. But no, it's working pretty well. Shows what's going on that screen there, see?
Ah, yep.
So you're not ready, we'll tell you the whole story.
Oh, that's true. Here he comes, augers out, a bit hard to see with the sun and dust.
Pilot path must be achieved. You've got to firing. He's just trying to hook into the header. Locked in. Now don't touch anything.
How good's that? No hands.
All good.
Off we go. Paul, I was chatting to Dad today. He said this year was like the worst year on record for rainfall. Is that right?
Yeah, we only really had 7 inches in the growing season, which is not real good for Keith.
But we've got some grain.
Yeah, we had some rain just as we started harvesting. A lot of rain since we started harvesting. But the beauty is we have lucerne over the whole farm. As you can see through the video, it's amazing when the sheep come in here and the stubbles. They get all their goodies from the lucerne, and it's just fantastic. Works at a really good balance for them for the diet.
Yeah, bloody awesome. It's looking good.
Yeah, great. Looks the picture. Not sure about that. Looks really good.
So I've showed you how we get the grain off the crops, but you may be wondering, well, what actually happens with the grain now? Where does it go? What do you do with it? Well, here's a bit of a clue for you. We have silos on the farm, so some of the grain is stored on farm in the silos because we need some of the grain for seed to plant the crops next year. And then we keep some grain in the silos so that we can sell it at a later date. However, not all of the grain is kept on farm. Some of it gets carted into our local town and that grain is exported. And then we have more grain, like the silos on the farm fill up, so we don't have any storage left. So that's when we set up these baggers. Well, I don't know if that's the technical term for it. We will refer to it as the bagger. But these bags can hold a lot of grain, and then we can sell this grain locally at a later date. Another thing I love about harvest time is at the end of the day, after a long hot day out on the farm, walking through the scrub to mum and dad's house and sitting on their front veranda and enjoying a cold drink. It is just so peaceful here. I love it, and Coco loves it too. You come to join as well. You gonna hop up? Good girl. Good girl, we can share. And the birds, listen to this. And here comes Farmer Rod, it's Dad. I reckon he's got the same idea too. And we turn on the sprinkler for the veggie garden at the end of the day. We run on bore water here, which is handy, so give the veggie garden a good drink. I also go for a wander down to the chooks to check for eggs and give them some food. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I do get a bit nervous about snakes. Nervous about snakes around here. I think we need the lawnmowers back in, don't we, girls, to eat it down, the old sheep. How you going? How's things? We have got one clucky chook. Mum has named this one Ginger. Ginger, you know you're not meant to just sit on the nest 24/7. How'd you get? She doesn't listen to me. And how could I forget? I got footage of the convoy as they all headed off down the road to another block, another farm we have down the road. So you can see the header comb there, that's the front of the header that gets towed down. Then we have the tractor with the chaser bin coming and the header, and then they move another tractor down there, an auger, field bins, all that jazz. There's a bit to move, but they get it done. And then once they get to the other farm, they put the header comb, the front, back on, and they are back into it again. Time to get these crops off.
The lies, the way you glow, you change your mind, you free your soul. Feel that vibe like the summertime lightning. Living without you feels like dying. I don't wanna be alone. If you're with me, come on with me.
The header. End of harvest, done. Happy days, that is a wrap for 2024 harvest. It felt like a slow harvest with all the rain and there was a breakdown as well. So at the end of harvest, the header comes into the workshop. It gets a bit of a once over, a big clean, and then it's parked up in the shed next to the truck. The truck gets a bit of a break now as well, now that harvest is done. And then all of the field bins that were out in the paddocks during harvest, they're all brought back in. And the chaser bin and the tractor, they've had a clean. They're parked up in the shed for a little break now too. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed seeing behind the scenes at harvest time here on the farm. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. Not only does it help me and my business tremendously, it also means that you won't miss any of my future videos. Those of you that have been here from the start, from when I had my bus, the bus life videos, thank you so much. And whilst I may not have the bus anymore, I still do have my sense of adventure and my love of exploring new places. So there'll be plenty of that stuff coming up. In fact, I head off very soon on a trip across the Nullarbor to Western Australia, and you bet there'll be a video on that. Moving forward, 2025 is my year of doubling down on content creation. I want to post more consistently here on YouTube. The plan is to post once a month and then build it up to fortnightly, and we'll see how it goes from there. I want to improve my editing skills, the quality of the videos. I just want them to be really good, and I want you to enjoy them. They'll be all things travel, wellness, and farm life. I'm so excited to improve my skills, post more regularly here on YouTube, connect with you all more. So thank you once again for watching my video, and I will post another video very soon because it's the year of being consistent. Once again, thank you so much for watching this video, for being here. It means the world to me. It really does. It's bye from Coco and I for now, but as always, be wildly you and live life your way. Bye.
Never been the type to wait and never